What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. This is Nina Infinity's channel. This is me, Nina Infinity. Welcome to Breaking the Narrative on Wednesday nights. I'm solo tonight, at least for now. I've sent a link out to a couple people. They might join in a bit, but for now, it's just you and I, chat. It is just you and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you are too. So please make sure you smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone that I'm streaming over here, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Originally I had a few guests planned, well, things happen. Life happens. COVID happens. So I had a couple people get sick and stuff like that, and they had to cancel, unfortunately. But the show must go on, as they say. So I'm here. I'm doing this, and I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I was on with Adam Krigler just a little bit earlier. So that's why I'm a little late tonight, because, I lost track of time having fun with Adam Krigler on his channel. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. So I got a little bit sidetracked. Thank you so much for the early super sticker, Grumpy Old Ninja, for a $2 super sticker. I think it's a doggy. Little doggy. Thank you so much. And then DL, thank you so much for the $1.99. Says, hey, I'm glad you're feeling much better. I am. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's never fun when you're sick. It's definitely not a fun time. But I'm definitely feeling a lot better. But I really think, even though I love this chair so much because it lights up and it's pretty, it's terrible to sit on. So I feel like I need to get a better chair. So I might be doing that very soon. 200 Watt Studios for $2 says, hail Nina, happy but bittersweet night, eh? Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on that I want to talk about. It's been a very crazy night. I don't even know where to start. I think, you know what? Let's start with Superman. Why don't we start with Superman? Because I think everybody in the chat kind of is a little bit upset, because I know I am. I'm not a little bit upset. I'm very freaking upset about Superman. But I'm also upset about some other things. But I've calmed down a little bit on the other things. We'll calm down. Is there a Twitter file 6? You know what? Yeah, that's a good question. I kind of lost track of the numbers, and that's why I said file 6, but it might be file 5. Oops. Sorry. I might have to correct the title on that one. But yeah. Brandon, thank you so much for the $5. Says, hey, now YouTube is pushing their luck. Nice decorations. Twitter files just keeps getting crazier. Also, MHA season 6 is back, or is epic. Keep getting better. MHA, what is that? Oh my God. Oh, what is that? MHA? Can you please put that in the chat, because I'm not. I'm so bad at abbreviations right now. My brain is not working. You don't have to super chat again, but just if you say it in the chat, I'll look at. Oh, My Hero Academia. Okay, gotcha. That's great. I've never watched a single episode of that, and I probably won't until it's over. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Sophie, thank you so much for the 6. Says, hi, Nina, first super chat on your channel. Oh, thank you. Shiny sounds. And also your icon is really, really cute. I love it. Henry losing 2 of his dream roles kills me. And Corey, what the F? Yes, we're going to talk about all of that tonight. I'm very annoyed about everything you just said. So we're going to be talking about that. Bird Up for $2 says, Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Pass it on. I'm going to take your word for it, and I have to watch it because I've never seen Gremlins from beginning to the end. I've only seen like parts of it here and there. But yeah, I'll definitely. I have to watch Gremlins. Okay, let's start with Henry. I'm going to start off with how I found out about it, which was because I obviously follow Henry Cavill on Instagram because I'm a huge fan of Henry Cavill. I love Superman as well. And even though I'm not, you guys might know this about me, you might not, especially if you're new here. But I am not a huge fan of the Snyder Cut. Like, I mean, it was okay, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Snyder Cut. I don't like the dark, gray, gritty Snyder vision of the DC universe. I don't like the dark Superman style, but I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he was meant to be like he was born to play that role. He's proved it more than like time and time again. He's clearly a very passionate fan. Whatever IP he's in, especially The Witcher and Superman, he's always been a huge fan of the franchise. So when a few months ago he put out a video in October saying that he's returning as Superman, we were all very happy to hear that he's returning as Superman. And then we get this tonight. So on Henry's Instagram, he wrote, I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news. Everyone, I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to the hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he set for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. And I mean, I have to say, even if you're upset about the situation, what a class act Henry Cavill is. This is the classiest post that I've seen by a celebrity yet. Time and time again, Henry Cavill just comes off as so classy and just able to take it in stride. And what he says here about Superman is absolutely true. Mind you, I hate it. I don't think what they're doing is right. I think it's really, really dumb, and we're going to get into that because obviously James Gunn has made a Twitter thread announcing this as well. So we're going to go into that a little bit. I want to read some of the reactions to this. But what he says here about Superman and what Superman stands for is a testament to Henry's true character and understanding, again, what the character is all about and what it stands for, and how in this world, apparently, we just don't appreciate that. We take that for granted. We take actors for granted that really care about the characters. People like Henry Cavill are they are rare. They're a rare sight in this universe, in this on this earth, and we just take them for granted all the time. People like James Gunn. I don't know what James Gunn's thinking. I honestly don't. I mean, I have a guess based on what he said, and let me bring that up. But we're gonna talk about that. So this is James Gunn's tweet. And hey Tina, good to see you. Here we go. So James Gunn started with Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. Now, knowing what I know and knowing what I knew about Henry Cavill's announcement on Instagram earlier before I read this, my initial reactions to this post is I don't give a flying fuck what DC is planning on doing now. I honestly don't. I think I'm over, like, I was kind of like at my wit's end with superhero movie. Like I was just kind of like, I'm kind of like really near my end of giving a shit about any superhero movie. Especially Marvel. I mean, we've seen where Marvel's headed. Marvel's completely destroyed now. Like, I mean, it's just basically like Star Wars. It's a fucking terrible shit show over there at Marvel. And with James Gunn taking over DC, and then a few months ago, we didn't get announcement by Henry Cavill saying that he's returning as Superman, I got a little bit excited. I got a little bit excited with Zaslav returning and just basically firing everybody and just like really cleaning house and bringing back Henry and all this stuff. I got a little bit excited about what's around the corner. The idea that we were going to have a hopeful Superman really excited me because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted from a Henry Cavill Superman. I wanted a hopeful, loving, happy Superman story. And then, James Gunn came over and I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. And then here we are. And then now this is what he's announcing. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like now I've lost complete interest in the DCU with literally one brief tweet. I'm like, I don't really care what you have to do now. But moving on. Let's see what he has to say. Among on those slate is Superman. Oh, really? Really? In the initial stages of our story, we'll be focusing on earlier part of Superman's life, so the character is not being played by Henry Cavill. So this to me tells me that they're going to cast a younger version of Superman. And they're going to, be going through his early life or whatever else, which again is lame as fuck. Even though later on in the thread he kind of says that like they're not doing an origin story, but come on. It's like, can we not get an experienced Superman or any superhero? I'm so sick and tired of all these superhero movies being like, oh, like it's just like the year two Batman. So like Robert Pattinson is obviously not going to be like the best version of Bruce Wayne or Batman because it's year two and it sucks. It's like, okay, could we basically like not have Smallville the movie? Like, do I give a fucking shit about Smallville the movie? No. I want Henry Cavill, experienced, hopeful Superman. Is that too much to fucking ask? Apparently. Because that's what I think is going to happen with James Gunn's Superman now. It really seems like what he's talking about is making Smallville the movie. So basically, like not quite an origin story, but like, Superman in his early years. Which again, what that tells me is they're wanting to cast someone much younger than Henry Cavill, because I think Henry Cavill is like going to be turning 40 this year. So they're going to be casting someone probably much younger, maybe someone in his early 20s, so that they can keep the franchise going for the next, I don't know, however many years, 6, 7, 8 years. And I guess they just didn't want Henry. And that I'm sorry, but it just seems dumb. It seems like a dumb move. Do these people not want to make money? I don't understand. Everybody loves Henry Cavill as Superman. Everybody, even people who didn't like Snyderverse, love Henry Cavill as Superman. People like me, I couldn't stand the Snyderverse. I didn't like Man of Steel, but I knew he was a great Superman. What are you doing? Why? This is insane. Lavistro, thank you so much for the $20. Says, I'm calling it. It's being reimagined for a more woke, modern audience with a non-binary Clark. Ugh. Like, ugh. God, that is so terrible. Oh my God. I'm so not interested in anything you just said. I mean, I love your super chat and I get what you're saying, but blech, like gross. I don't want that. But you know what? What's not gross and is actually super fucking lovely, and I love her, and she's probably gonna come in here and be like, "What is going on, Nina? Calm down. Like, whoa, take a chill pill, girl. What the heck is going on?" It's Carrie Smith. Hi, Carrie Smith.
Hi, Nina. What is going on? I have no idea.
I'm so angry right now, Carrie, because they basically announced that Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Superman. He came out and said he's not going to be playing Superman. James Gunn's confirmed that he's not going to be playing Superman anymore. And I'm very upset. I'm a huge fan of Henry Cavill. I think that he should be playing Superman. He was born to play Superman, and I'm just very upset at this business decision. I think this is a terrible business decision by DC. Just when we thought DC was turning things around, it turns out they're not turning anything around at all. They're just it's going to be more of the same shit, and
Well,
it's very very frustrating. Are you a fan of Superman?
I have to say, I don't know if I've seen any of the Henry Cavill ones,
Okay.
so I should probably watch them so I know. I don't know if I am.
I mean, it's weird because I'm not a fan of the actual movie that he's part of. Like, I don't like the one that like the first one that he played, it was called Man of Steel.
Mhm.
And I didn't like that movie because it was like really like it was kind of like a dark version of Superman. Like, it was a very just gray, and it was Zack Snyder's version. So he just thinks differently, and it was like his version. But Henry Cavill just looked and acted so much like Superman that I love him, as that character. But it's just so like yes, you should definitely watch Man
Okay.
of Steel, but don't expect
Yeah,
it to be like the best movie ever. It's just
I don't think I've seen it. I've kept up with the Batman. I've seen the new Batman.
there's a lot of
Um,
Batman.
yeah, but I haven't kept up with the Superman. I should watch that one. I would say
Yeah.
it probably not to not to insult, or in any way, because I don't know. I mean this sincerely. It's probably I was gonna make a comparison. It's probably like when they replaced David Tennant on Doctor Who for me,
Mhm.
if
Mhm.
I can make that comparison. I
Yes.
was so upset, and people might laugh at that, but I was like, "No," and I liked the Christopher Eccleston one, um, but when they replaced, David Tennant with I think his name was Matt Smith,
Matt Smith, yeah.
I could not continue. It was way before they brought in the female doctor that I quit watching just because I
You just
didn't
oh my god, that's so funny because I love David Tennant too, Carrie, and I was like, "I don't know if I can watch this anymore," and it was like because of the David Tennant arc too, like the way it ended with Rose and Jack and
Mhm.
everything like that, I was like fucking heartbroken. I was like, "I don't know if I can do this," but I did, and I'm so glad I did because Matt Smith became my second favorite doctor because he
Really?
was so good. It's so good.
Maybe I
Uh,
should give him a chance. I
you
never gave him a
should.
single chance.
Oh, you absolutely should. You're missing out on the Matt Smith Doctor Who. I mean, after that, I dropped out because I was so over like how it like where it was going. Because near the end of the Matt Smith era, it became just god awful woke. But like the writing just started suffering. You could tell that it was changing. But it was definitely like you're missing out though. I
Okay.
highly recommend you watch Matt
I'm gonna
Smith's
give him a
Doctor
shot.
Who.
I'll
Yeah.
watch a couple.
Yeah, you
All this
should.
time later.
You should. Let me get this super chat real quick. Thank you so much for the $25. Beaufort T Justice for 25 says, "Well, I'm done with DC. They won't be making any more my taking any more of my getting any more of my money. James Gunn only has one tune, and his tune is that of senseless humor and hit or miss one-liners." Beaufort, I was thinking this exact same thing because I was like, okay, who does James Gunn think he is? Like he's coming up here. Sorry, Carrie, you're gonna probably
Go ahead.
lost a little bit in this lingo, but like he's coming up in here into DC. He's like, I got one movie under my belt. It's the Suicide Squad that I remade by some other guy. I made my version better. It was literally like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, but like DC version. And then now he's like, oh, let me just come up in here and take Superman away from you guys. What? Give you a younger Superman. Who are you? Why are you doing this to me?
I
And everybody else.
I think it's weird that he does, superhero films and stuff anyway, and I haven't seen in any of his films that are the superhero stuff. I've only seen the reason I say that is because I was a fan of his when he was known for horror and,
Mm.
like, dark stuff. So I Slither, which is very dark,
Oh,
I thought was great. I mean, it's
I've never seen it.
disgusting. It's disgusting and disturbing, but if you like horror films, it's a great horror movie. Um, I'm pretty sure he wrote the screenplay for the Dawn of the Dead remake, which I loved. And then he also did this really dark, what would you call it? A drama, a superhero spoof, but it's really just a
Brightburn?
No, Super.
Oh.
Did you ever see Super?
No, I didn't see Super, but I saw Brightburn and I hate Brightburn.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God. Brightburn is basically like the dark Superman story. So he wrote this kind of like random story, which I thought was going to be really good. Like it started out pretty good. And it was like basically like what would happen if Superman came to the earth, but like ended up doing evil things with his skills, like instead of like being good. Like he started actually like killing people and stuff.
That's exactly what I would think he would do. He's a very dark person.
It's weird, right? Like it's weird. And then he did like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is basically what he got famous for. That's how I knew about him, was Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy is really different because it's light and like it's got a hard story because it's emotional and stuff, but it's light and cheery and bubbly and it's got a lot of colors. So that's kind of like how I knew of him. But now that I know that he made Bright and now you're talking about Super as well, I'm like, God, it makes complete sense why he wants to go to DC now. Because he just basically wants to make weird DC movies that
weird, dark. I mean,
dark. Yeah.
I would recommend watching Super, but just know it's very dark. It's Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page, and Rainn Wilson.
Oh my God, you just dead named her. Thanks for canceling me.
Sorry. Are we gonna get canceled?
My channel is gonna get deleted now, guys. Thank you. No, I know you meant. I know who you meant.
She plays. So the main guy, Rainn Wilson, he's a guy who there's like this weird supernatural stuff in it where he believes that he's touched by the finger of God to become a superhero, and he goes out and he has this alter ego and he just starts hurting people that he thinks deserve it. It's dark, it's entertaining.
That actually sounds okay. Like the reason I didn't like Brightburn is because it started out really good. It's just that by the end of it, it became like glorified violence in a way of like, let me just like tear people from the insides and just really, really graphic violence that I felt like was kind of unnecessary, like to that extent. And that's why I didn't like it. Cause I was like, it just felt like it was like, okay, we get it. Like, like you don't have to just.
He likes gratuitous. There's gratuitous violence in Super. And also, I mean, Slither, a horror movie is again, I'll use the word.
Well, Slither, I get. Yeah, I get because that's horror, like I get that. I get that. I just looked at his thing. It said James Gunn was involved. That's how I knew, because I was like, wait a minute, he did Brightburn. Like I just looked at it on Google. They're at least giving them credit for it. Because I was like, what's James Gunn movies? And I was like, Brightburn is listed under his slate. Let me see. I'll go to the movie directly. Okay. All right. That's fair. He didn't direct it.
He produced it.
It's a producer credit. So he didn't direct it. It was still a shit movie. Okay. Let me get this super chat real quick. 200 Watt Studios for $20. Thank you so much. Saying Gunn is writing the Superman film too. He's not a good enough writer to do that with Donner and Puzo did. Guardians 2 is not as good as Guardians. That's true. That's because he wasn't the only writer for Guardians 1, and Guardians 2 was good but empty. I totally agree with you. Guardians 2 was not as good as Guardians 1 at all. And I'm just saying, I don't know if I want Smallville the movie. Like I don't care about young Superman. I want really buff, fucking know what's going on Superman that like has experience. Like he's already found the Fortress of Solitude. He's already found like he's there. Like he's Superman. He's doing his thing. I don't want developing Superman that's emo. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't care like about
Smallville. That's what
Like I don't want that. Like Is it too much to ask? Like, is it too much to ask to not get Smallville the movie? I don't know. Apparently so. Frank,
Hey,
thank you so
Frank.
much for the $9.99. It says Carrie and Nina, so happy to see this collab. I know we need to do it more often.
It's the
I
filing
love Carrie.
cabinet.
It is. He's so great. Nikki D for 5 says Warner Bros. Is trash for having Henry make that video stating that he's returning to play Superman only to rip it away from him again. Fuck Gunn. I know. Thank you, Nikki D. And like, they're playing with everyone's hearts, not just his. All of us fans, like millions of people love Henry Cavill as Superman, and they're all like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Sorry, but fuck you guys. Like,
Do you
that's
think
not.
they could maybe use Elliot Page?
Oh, if Elliot Page becomes Superman, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I'm just done, you guys.
You know what would make
No.
Superman better? If it were a FTM.
Undecided. No. Okay, let's see. He also said, but we just had a great meeting with Henry and we're big fans and we talked about number of exciting possibilities to work in the future. Go fuck yourself, dude. Everybody wanted Superman. What is this? Like, what does that even mean? Nothing. That means nothing to me. So then he replies, okay, so he starts replying to people. This guy says, being part of the slate, I assume it's a movie. Yes. Are you writing or directing? I am writing and have been a while. We don't know who is directing yet. Please tell me this isn't an origin movie. No way. Okay, so it's not an origin movie, maybe meaning that he's not going to be a baby crash landing to the earth and then being found by fucking Jonathan Kent and whatever her name is. And then, so he's already grown up. Like, that doesn't mean it's not an origin movie because he's already grown up. Like, he's like a teenager. It's Smallville the movie. That's what they're doing. They're not, it's already... He's Superman, but maybe he doesn't have the flight yet or something. He's like already like really fast. Met with Ben yesterday precisely because he wants to direct and we want him to direct. We just have to find the right project. Asking, could Ben Affleck direct? Okay. So Ben Affleck could be involved, but not as Batman. Okay, so I'm getting that Ben doesn't want to be Batman anymore, but he wants to direct. Okay. Wow. Data is not what Henry's saying here. Where's the disconnect?
What is Henry saying?
Oh, you didn't catch that earlier. I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman after being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to the hire. This news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and happiest of fortunes. Yeah, the way he said that, it doesn't sound at all like what he's saying. Like, oh, we just had a great conversation with him and we're big fans and we're going to be talking to him about the future.
No.
Like, did you guys have the same conversation? Because that doesn't sound like it.
He sounds very bummed, but he's being graceful about it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I didn't even read you the last paragraph because this is how amazing Henry Cavill is. So he writes, for those that have been at my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. This guy, I mean, I'm telling you, he's just a class act. And you know what? This final paragraph that he wrote, you know what else it made me think about? It made me think about T'Challa and Black Panther. And the fact that, Black Panther was so important to so many kids, and especially a lot of like African-American kids, Black kids. they really looked up to T'Challa. They really looked up to Black Panther, and the idea that um, Chadwick Boseman passed away, and then they didn't recast T'Challa so that the hero goes on, because the hero and the that character lives on, and that's what they should have done with this. And this is why Henry Cavill is amazing in understanding these characters. He understands what these characters mean to people, like the meaning behind these these uh these characters and why we love them so much. And I think that this is a great example of why T'Challa should have been recast. And they should have moved forward instead of what they did. But let me see if there's any other cool responses to this thread, because I think a lot of people are upset like me. Let me see the ratios here. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I want to see bigger ratios on this. Like 32,000 likes, that's too much. We need like way less likes on this. This is terrible. Terrible news. Let's see. Henry Cavill just announced he's not back, already taking over from us. Yeah, everybody's upset. After reading this and Henry's post on Instagram, I'm out, DC. Good luck. Yes. Yes. Like, people are pissed. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I'm reading through some of them now too. That's sad.
It's
People
terrible.
are sad.
And we don't know what's happening with Wonder Woman yet either. How is Anna taking the news? Not well. I messaged her. We were crying together. It's been pretty sad. Let me see. I mean, I can send her the link if she wants to hop on. She can.
Somebody responded in the comments with a picture of the artwork from Smallville, and they said, so this? And then another person replied and said, well, to be fair, Smallville was better than any DC movie. Sorry.
Can you share that? Can you share that?
Yeah, here, I'll send it to you.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Thank you so much, John, for the $10. Says, I knew about James Gunn because of the movie Slither. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's where I learned of him.
I've never seen that movie
Scary
before.
stuff. Yeah.
Bird Up for 5 says, had Elliot Page been announced as Cavill's replacement yet or no? Oh my God, that's what
Oh yeah,
Carrie
that's
said.
the joke.
No. No, stop making this into reality, you guys. If this happens, I'm gonna be so mad at you.
I kind of want to see that, just because it would take woke so over the cliff that I think it would wake up a bunch more normies that'd be like, what?
I would hate my life. I would just be like, no. I would blame you, Carrie. I'd be like, listen, they were listening to my show, and you're to blame for this. I blame Carrie Smith for this. Bradley Burnett, thank you so much for the 5. Says, I was just watching Chrissy's show with Gary when the news broke. Gary said exactly what I was thinking. Timothy Chalamet will be I could see it. I could see it because he's like the it boy right now, and he's young, and that's what they're saying. They said they want a young, whatever. I don't know. No. Why can't we get like established male superheroes? Oh, I know, because they hate masculinity. They want like these little soy boys.
Yeah. This guy, I'm just looking at pictures of this Timothy dude.
He's the guy that's in Dune. I mean, I like him. Like, I think that he's a good actor, and I liked him in Dune. I thought he was great, but he's no Superman. Are you kidding me? But I can see them casting him as Superman though. But I think he's a great Paul Atreides. I think he makes a good Paul Atreides. But that doesn't mean he should be Superman. Thank you so much for the $5. Bird Up says, when do we get middle-aged Superman and Spider-Man? I demand representation. That's what I want. I'm like, could we get like some established, actual adult Superman and Spider-Man? No, like I still haven't gotten my Spider-Man quite a bit. Like, I mean, mean, technically, like my Spider-Man was like a mix between Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Like it was like it like the scientist, smart Spider-Man is what I wanted. And then they had fucking Tom Holland for God knows how long, and he was like Boy Spider. Let's see.
My Superman was, again, I haven't kept up with the character, so I haven't watched a Superman in so
I
long.
understand.
Christopher Reeves.
I
and
know.
and
Christopher
I
Reeves is
also
great.
loved Dean Cain. I watched the TV
Yes.
show.
Yes. Yes.
Lois
And
and
Dean
Clark.
Cain is based, dude. I love Dean Cain. He's great.
And he's very handsome.
Yes. He's still very handsome too. Patrick T for $1.99 says Man of Steel wasn't the best start for AC Superman. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. And everybody, having said that though, Patrick, everybody wanted Man of Steel too. I still wanted Man of Steel too. Nobody, like everybody wanted Henry Cavill to come back as in his own solo Superman movie to follow up Man of Steel. And then we got nothing. And we'll never get anything. It's just terrible. The business decisions being made here are it's just mind-boggling because I don't think I've ever seen an actor be this in high of demand, and the studios are just like, nah. What? What the fuck? Robert Lowry 5 says, hello, ladies. Carrie, I fell asleep and I missed the pop culture show.
That's it. You're fired.
Get out of here, Robert.
Robert.
You're banned, Robert. No, I'm just joking.
Can I tell you something about Robert? He traveled we had a house concert on Friday. It's our first one. We're going to do lots of them, my husband and I. And Robert came and took photos and did video. And yeah, he traveled all the way to Texas.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you, Robert.
That's amazing. I love that. Robert, you're good people. You're good people. Thank you so much, John, for the $5. Gunn also wrote screenplay for the remake of The Dawn of the Dead. Also, hi, Carrie.
Hi. I love the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's very good.
Beaufort T. Justice for 5 says, we are going to get soy Superboy. Exactly. I don't want soy Superboy. I'm over Superboys and Spider Boys and fucking whatever little boys that we want men. Where are all the men? Like, I don't understand. Where are all the men? I'm so over this. I actually had a great clip for that. I used to have this great. Oh, here it is.
Hey, Ross, I was wondering if... Oh, my God! Where are all the men?
Yes.
Where are all the men? That is so, like, I'm just
Make
so done.
masculinity toxic again.
Yes. Can I just have a man as Superman? Like, I don't want Superboy. Bradley Burnett for $10 says in 1978, Christopher Reeve Superman said, yes, I'm here to fight for truth and justice and the American way. Gunn Superman will probably set the new motto, truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Lame. And also he might say something like truth, justice, and representation or something like that. Like, I'll be like, fuck off.
Truth, social justice, and it'll be yeah,
truth, social justice, and do better.
Your truth, social justice, and what would be
better?
Do better tomorrow.
Do better tomorrow. Yeah, there you go. That's the new motto. Your truth, social justice, and what did I say? Do better tomorrow. Yeah. There you go. That's the new. That's going to be the new DC motto for Superman. Trina Watt Studios for $2 says Gunn has totally sold out. He was all corporate speak. It sure as hell seems like it. What else is it? Like, I'm just baffled. I'm telling you, like, I was tongue tied when I saw it. Somebody tagged me on it earlier, and I was like, this has got to be a lie. Like, there's no way this is true. Somebody's trolling me. So I went to his Instagram account and I checked and it was true. And of course he's not going to do a video for that. The guy's devastated. Like he wrote a letter. Like in the first one, he made a video and he was like, "I'm back as Superman," and he was like all happy and ugh.
Sad.
And this right after he leaves The Witcher, because he left The Witcher also very recently. Actually, right when he announced that he's coming back as Superman, he left The Witcher because The Witcher screwed him over because they didn't want to do the character right, and he kept trying to help them to right this wrong and to make it make The Witcher what it was meant to be, like make this good show. And they didn't, and they just kept screwing him around. So he's like, you know what? Like, they just asked me to come back as Superman. I don't need this. Bye. And he left The Witcher, which was his other dream project. He had claimed several times that The Witcher was like his lifelong dream to play The Witcher. And now, like, I can't believe they don't appreciate this guy. It's just so crazy to me. Bradley Burnett for $5 says, seriously though, who do you think they could cast for Superman? I'm too old to know any young actors who could actually appropriately be Superman. I'm so mad right now. I can't even think about who could possibly be Superman at this current juncture. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they made Timothy Chalamet. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they made someone like that. It would have to be someone who's like it right now. Like who's it? Timothy, Tom Holland, but Tom Holland's already Spider-Man. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't know who else. Who else is like even an it boy right now?
I sent you a picture.
So this literally what I said. Hold on, I'm retweeting that.
The Smallville.
I'm like, I don't want Smallville the movie. This is so stupid. Okay, what did you send me?
I sent you a link. A picture of the next Superman. Likely. Possible next
Why
Superman.
are you doing this to me, Carrie? Why?
I'm sorry. Just to make the point. Like you're saying, they're probably going to cast someone that looks this.
They're probably going to cast this guy. It's like, let's face it, you guys. It's 2022. Let's be real here. I feel like this is our next Superman. Oh my God.
No.
There he is.
This
is the dude right here. That's
just, I'm sure he's a great actor. I haven't seen the movie you were talking about. I haven't seen the new Dune. That's what he's in.
Yeah. It's really good. I really like Dune.
But I just,
like this in Dune. Oh my God. Who else? I don't even know. Like who else could they possibly go for? I'm trying to think like who's like the new it boy other than this guy.
I feel so old.
I know, I feel old too. All I can think about is Henry Cavill. I'm like, how can it not be Henry Cavill? Let's see. What do we even put? New male actors 2022?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's look up. Okay. 100 young male actors of 2022 and on IMDb. We're not going to look at like the 100 of them. We'll look at like the top 10. Let's see what IMDb is giving us. Number 1, Timothy Chalamet.
Really?
Yeah, like that's him. Number 1. Tom Holland's number 2, but he's Spider-Man. Okay.
Oh, this guy from
Tanner.
Cobra Kai.
Okay, this guy from Cobra Kai. All right.
What's his name?
Maybe
Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie and Cobra Kai. All right, maybe. Like, okay. He's not the worst.
Out of all that we've seen so far, he would be
Cole Sprouse. I don't know who this is. Who are you? What did you play in? Who do I know you as? He played in Riverdale. I don't care about you. I hope it's not you. Let's see. Hero Finn's Tiffin. He looks like a girl. I don't know who you are. Let's see. Who are you? You were in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, probably as a toddler, because you're pretty young. He was in The Woman King. What? Okay, this guy has a really weird IMDb. All right. Chase Stokes.
That sounds like a porn name. It just
Who's
doesn't.
Chase Stokes. All these guys just don't look straight. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Outer Banks. That's what he's from. Tell Me Your Secrets. I've never even heard of these shows. Okay.
Yeah.
Never even heard of you. All right. Noah Schnapp. Jaden Smith. There you go, guys. That's your next Superman.
Probably.
Jaden Smith. I could see it happening. I could see it. I could see it. Charlie Plummer. I don't know who you are.
Also porn name.
That is such a porn name. You're right. Okay, this guy's from Wildflower, A Perfect Day for Caribou, The First Lady, Moonfall. Never heard of you. I don't know who you are.
No idea.
No freaking clue. Okay, wait. We had one more. Top 10. Jaden Martell. I don't know who you are. At least you look like a boy.
I guess. Okay.
I actually do know this guy. He was from St. Vincent, Knives Out, It. Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff, this guy. He's definitely I knew him more than the other crowd, like the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
I knew him more than all of the other ones, except for the top 3. Okay, this guy, I wouldn't mind Tanner, I guess. I don't know if he's going to have the acting chops to pull up Superman, but he does have the little curl. I think he could pull that off. Here, let's look at some pictures of Tanner.
How tall is he?
We're so judgy. I love it. You're the best, Carrie.
What's the height?
We need to know. We need to more
Tom Cruise
more
level
information.
or
he's kissing girls. I can see that. All right. Wait. Where's his Wikipedia? Because that's how we'll find out how tall he is. There it is.
He's 4 feet tall, someone says.
He can't be 4 feet. Wait, it doesn't even say. Wait.
Somebody in the chat says 5'6".
How tall? Is this height and weight celebrities.com? Yeah, 5'6". Okay. So 5 foot. 6
5 foot
what?
and a
5 foot or
half.
6.5?
You got to put that little half an inch in there.
Oh my. That's short. That's short for a dude. So that's like Tom Cruise level stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty short.
Ethan
Hawke. I think Ethan Hawke's pretty short too.
Okay, let's see. But I don't know. I mean, he could pull off the I think he could pull up. See, he's younger here.
Young Superman. Yeah.
He's gotten older. We need 2022 photos because he's gotten older now. I could see, there it is. I could see the little curl.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do really young Superman, sure. I mean, I guess I could get this kid a chance.
They'll give him if his hair was black, and then he would, out of that whole list.
Yeah.
First of all, he's one of the only ones I recognize because of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And secondly, at least he has a stronger jawline than some of the other guys.
Yeah, and he's got a nice body. You know that from Cobra Kai too. So he's already working out. He's got the guns. I don't know. It's possible. But I mean, I can't. Are we even having this conversation though? who's going to be Henry Cavill's Superman replacement? Like, I cannot believe we're having this conversation. I hate this conversation so much.
Sorry, honey.
No, not to do with you. I'm just saying I can't
I
believe
know.
this is even a topic of conversation. Not, oh my God, what do you think is going to happen in the Superman movie that Henry Cavill is going to be in? I'm just devastated, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. What? Something dream.
Celluloid.
Celluloid dream. Thank you. Nah, Taylor Lautner are gonna be Superman. Wait, who's that? Taylor Lautner.
I know that name. Why do I know that name?
I do too, but it's the guy from
the wolf.
Twilight. Yeah, the wolf
Wolf.
from Twilight.
No,
he's too old now.
Yeah, he's too old.
Like, there's no way they're gonna go with him. He's too old now too. They might as well go with Henry if they're gonna go with this guy. Hold on, let's look him up. 2022. Yeah, he's too old now. Like, he's not this kid anymore.
No. How tall is Elliot Page? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't look that one up.
Oh. I was actually gonna look it up. Hold on, let me X out some of these IMDb's. I have like too many tabs open now. Okay. Oh my God. What the frig, you guys? What is this world coming to? I don't understand. Okay. Fujimura Pantsu, thank you so much for the 5. Says, don't worry, Pedro Pascal, Superman incoming. Oh God, no. No. Bradley, thank you so much for the $10. Says, to me, the only worst thing than axing Henry would be keeping him as Kal-El, but the new movie would be about his bisexual son, John Kent as Superman. No! Oh my God, they might do this. Like, if they're saying like, oh, he's still gonna be involved, and then they like cast him as Jonathan Kent and then make his like gay boy son, I'm gonna lose my mind. They could do that. I hate you, Bradley Burnett. I mean, I love you. Thank you for the super chat, but I hate you for saying this. They're probably going to do this. Bird up for 2. Thank you. It says, has anyone done a wellness check on Anna? I have. She's devastated. She's devastated. She's not feeling well. She's like me. I did send her the link. I was like, if you want to come hang out and talk about Henry, you can. But like, she might be just so devastated that she can't be online right now. Like, I can understand that. I can understand. I mean, look, let's face it. Anna was like, as much as I love Henry Cavill, we all know that I do. Anna was like next level Henry Cavill simp. So I think like she's probably devastated at this moment. Please go and wish her well on Twitter. Just be like, we're so sorry to hear about Henry. Zombie Box Reviews for 5 says, Capaldi era was a mixed bag, but give it a watch as he was a fantastic Doctor Who. Or Dr. Michelle Gomez killed it as a female master. Doctor. Okay. So here's the thing with Capaldi. Like I said, I kind of stopped watching after Matt Smith. I did watch like a couple of the Capaldi episodes, but I thought the writing was so bad that I just couldn't get into it anymore. But having said that, Gary, who's a huge Doctor Who fan, has told me that Capaldi was still very good. Like, you know, they kind of were starting to fall off like the way I said what I said, but like he was also a very good doctor. And like he basically like the last real doctor was Capaldi. Because after that they casted the woman, and now, well, here we are.
Wow. So I quit watching after David Tennant, as I said. So I didn't even realize there was, I didn't watch a single episode with Matt Smith. I didn't even realize there was another doctor after Matt Smith before the lady.
Yeah, they bring back Matt Smith. They bring back like him too. I think they did one episode together, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken, you guys? I'm pretty sure that happened, unless I dreamed it. It's been a long time since I watched Doctor Who, but they did one together too. I think it was like one of those weird episodes. Gary told me so, must be awesome. I never said that. I'm just saying I think like I respect Gary's opinion about Doctor Who, and I'm saying that he said Capaldi was still very good, because I didn't give it a chance anymore. I was like, I'm out. But I know that Capaldi really loves, or I mean, I know that Gary really loves Doctor Who. So if he's saying that Capaldi was still great, then he probably was. I just didn't like the writing anymore, so I tapped out. I was like, no. And I tapped out because of Clara. I couldn't stand that girl, like the key to everything girl. I freaking hated her. Okay. Bradley Burnett for 5 says tonight on Nina's channel, Nina and Carrie, a Tinder search for the next. That might happen.
Let's just swipe.
Yeah, that would be literally us. Sledge for $1.99 says Jacob Eloradi is super tall. He might work. Okay, let's look him up. Jacob Eloradi. I don't know about this guy.
Yeah.
He's not like, his face is not Superman.
No.
He looks like a villain. Like he looks too more villainy than the Superman.
Yeah, because he's got that pointy chin.
Yeah.
He looks like he could play like a good mobster.
Yeah. Like he might be like a good Riddler or something. I don't know. Hold on, let me put 2022. I hate when they put like really early pictures and you're like, what? That's not him. Okay. I don't even know what this guy's in. Like, where is he from?
What's he from? No idea.
Okay, let's look at his film record.
Yeah, somebody in your chat. Oh, Grumpy Ninja said that's not Superman. That's Lex Luthor's son.
Yeah, I'm like, he doesn't look like Superman. Okay, what are you? Who are you?
What are you?
Why are you gay? No, I'm just joking. Deep Water, he was in. Oh my god, this movie was terrible. It was basically like a softcore porn between Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. He was in Euphoria. What was he in Deep Water? I don't remember that. Okay, so some rando movies.
No idea.
He's not the worst, I guess, but no one like holds a candle to what Henry Cavill looks like as Superman. It's just like, it's weird. Now that I'm like actually thinking about that, somebody has to be the casting person, like whoever like James Gunn hires to replace Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't envy that job. I'd be like, ooh, like how can you even choose?
Okay, I'm looking at pictures of your Henry Cavill now. Your Henry Cavill Superman. He has a little dent in his chin. How hard is it to find that? That's just like Superman.
Yep. He's got the little curl. I mean, hold on, let's just appreciate this for a minute. Have to. This is what we lost, people. Hold on, Henry Cavill.
I bet you there are some celebrities in Hollywood who go in for plastic surgery and try to get that divot put in there.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes.
I could see that.
Make me a divot.
I can see that. This is what we lost, people. Like how can you recast him? Like it's just I can't see it. I just can't see it. Declan Fallon, thank you so much for 179 says, Will he question his gender identity in the movie? Probably. That's why they're making young Superman, because he's like, I don't know if I'm really straight or gay or what. I know, like, I'm an alien and I'm from another planet, but hey, I don't know. I could swing every way, which way, whatever. Gonna make like Lois Lane into Lewis Lane or something. I don't know. John, thank you so much for the 5. Says, serious question. Does this mean Ta-Nehisi Coates has a chance at making his Superman into a movie? Okay, that's definitely gonna be Jaden Smith. Okay, let's just be real here. We all know that's gonna be Jaden Smith. It's just this is insane. Oh my god. Bird Up, I just found out that YouTube won't let me change my name anymore. Rest in peace, Handy Randy Cuffin It. Why? Like, you've had too many tries? Like, is it like just for today or like forever? Like, have they told you that? Like how many turns did you get? I have so many questions, Bird Up. That's hilarious. Thank you so much for the $5. John says, I like HC as an actor, but Nick is right. He has stubby arms. Sorry, Nina.
What?
John, how dare stop it. Oh, you don't know the what Nick says about this dude? Hold on.
No.
How dare you?
I have to say this twice.
How dare you?
Stop it. Stop it. Nick should stop it too. So Nick says that Henry Cavill has really short arms. Here, he calls him a T-Rex. Because he says like Henry has really, really short arms for Superman, or like for a man in general. I think he's crazy. Hold on. Let me bring up this image here. Okay, there we go. So now you can see his arms. I think Nick is just jealous of Henry Cavill and wants to talk shit.
Okay. They are a little short, but I wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't pointed out. Now, it's like one of those things that
it's like you can't unsee it.
Yeah, and maybe I never would have thought that. But now I will always think that.
Anna's on suicide watch right now. Oh, you guys. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for me too. Oh my god. This is terrible. No, all of you, including Nick in the chat, who are approving of his comment are banned. All of you are banned. No, this needs to stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm so upset. Thank you. At least one person doesn't see it. Good Lord. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that I should cover with regards to this Henry Cavill thing, because we have other topics to cover. Let me go back to James Gunn's tweet for a moment to see if there's any amazing responses or anything from anyone. Is there any responses from anyone I know? Like, what did Gary say about it? Let me see if Gary said anything, or as. Let me see here. Okay, so Ryan Kinnell tweeted out, I feel legitimately terrible for Henry Cavill. The dude leaves The Witcher after they butcher the source material. DC tells him he's finally back as Superman after years of wanting to come back. And then it gets this news a few months later. Just awful. I agreed. I'm retweeting that. That's just and then Gary just retweeted that, so he hasn't. I don't think he said anything yet. But yeah, that just sucks. Okay, let's see what Az said. I think Az asked if like the Pattinson Batman was going to be involved anymore or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And they said basically yes, which I was like, ew, like who cares? He mentioned somebody said like thoughts on Ben Affleck directing. Honestly, I don't care. Like, what is he going to be directing? Like, I'd rather him coming back as Batman. I actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman, but they're getting rid of all the good characters. Like, I'd rather him freaking act as Batman than direct like Superman. I don't care. Thor Odinson for $1.99. God's DCU is already DOA before its first movie. That's what it seems like. I mean, but then again, people have short memory spans, and I don't know how much people actually really care. And a lot of people just, they'll just go watch whatever, especially normies. Like, I mean, let's see how many Henry Cavill fans are actually like, nah, I think I'm just gonna skip this one. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, Henry Cavill's right. Like, Superman's gonna live on, but it really depends on what kind of movie they're gonna make. Because if they're gonna be woke, then people won't want to see it. Like, people won't want to see that. But if they're going to be, I don't know, if it's going to be a good Superman movie and, word of mouth gets around, maybe he can't, maybe somebody else can pick up the cape and do it. I mean, who knows? But it really depends on the writing. It depends on the directing, depends on a lot of things if it's going to be a successful movie or not. Because whoever is going to be Superman next has pretty darn big shoes to fill. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next topic for now. The next topic on the list is Carrie, did you hear about release the Kraken about his situation and everything that went down with
it didn't he YouTube banned him, right?
Yes. So earlier this evening, that was the other thing that I was very upset about. Earlier this evening, I found out that he got banned. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, the story goes like this. Earlier this week, a gentleman by the name of, shout out to Eric Hunley, tweeted out this tweet saying there's a young YouTuber named Kraken the Box who is in palliative care after 2 heart transplants. He's one wish, 100K YouTube subs before he passes. Can we help him? Here's Johnny Depp giving him support as well. And so Johnny Depp made a video as Jack Sparrow and sent this kid a message. And it was like this whole thing. And everybody came together and basically got him the subs. And it was like a really, really sweet community movement, and everybody just got involved. And I think like when I first checked this account, it was maybe around like 16, 17,000, maybe even lower. And then by the next day, he hit the 100K, and I was like just blown away by how many people came out to support this kid. And it was quite incredible. Then everybody shared it. Some people made videos. It was really nice. And so he made the 100K, and then Johnny Depp had a phone call with him on Tuesday, just yesterday. He uploaded that video where he was having a phone conversation with Jack Sparrow. And then Jack Sparrow told him that he's going to come meet him IRL, like in real life, that he's going to go and Johnny Depp's going to go meet him. And I think they got in touch with Make-A-Wish, and they're going to make it happen. And they're going to have this kid meet Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, which is all very sweet because Johnny Depp's a really sweet guy. And it's just been incredible, the response. But then today, this evening, I'm getting ready to start this, get ready for this show and everything like that. And I see Nick Rekieta tweet out, hey, at Team YouTube, there's some effed up shit. Then there's some really fucked up shit. Canceling the account of a terminal kid whose dream was 100K subscribers right as he gets there is literal demonic move. Fuck you guys. Holy shit, fix this. And I freaked out. Like I was like, what? Like, how can this even be possible? And it is. They absolutely banned him. This video is no longer associated with like it's just it's gone. The account's gone. They've deleted it. Now there's a couple theories. Some people think that some people like me think it's because of the Amber Turd simps that basically went there and false flagged his video, like especially the Johnny Depp ones, to get him removed, because we know that false flagging works. Like if you get enough crazy people false flagging your channel, it's going to happen. That's what happened to Nick Rekieta. It's happened to a lot of other people. And then there is, and then there's people like the Quartering, which seems to think something different. The Quartering tweeted out that he thinks that it's because it's most likely spam. He said, this is what the Quartering said. Sorry, go ahead, Carrie.
I actually think it's probably there's another YouTuber. I just sent you a link to his tweet, who seems like he has some insider information. I don't know if he does or not. Andy Signori. I don't know who he is, but
Andy Signori, yeah.
Who's he? Anyway, he says it was a error and they're just waiting to sort it out.
Yeah. Okay, that's great from Andy. Okay, I'm gonna retweet that. Thank you for letting me know.
But that begs the question, what kind of error? Maybe the Quartering's right. You get so many subs so quickly, it just automatically takes your account down. And that sucks, because if you didn't have the outpouring of support, like what other kinds of errors happen, and people don't have a lot of people on Twitter to go to bat for them and bring it to the attention of, and it's so hard to get YouTube's attention. If you follow their procedures, like behind the scenes, they don't care. It sits there forever.
I mean, they really don't. And well, the other thing that really gets to me is that earlier today, like before the account was hacked and stuff, like, or not hacked, like gotten rid of, there was another tweet by another guy. I forget his name. There it is. I retweeted this because what they wanted to do is like fast track his 100K plaque. And so this dude right here, Mahar Tusi, says that we've done it, everyone. Corey is a young boy who had 2 heart transplants and is palliative care. He started YouTube, Kraken the Box, last week, and people helped him get to 100K subs. Big thanks to Johnny Depp. I've gotten now in touch with YouTube so fast to fast track his YouTube play button. So this guy claims that he got in touch with YouTube to fast track that. So if YouTube had already known about it, like if this guy's right and they had already known, then why is this error even a thing? And why isn't the account back up already? Like it should be back up if it truly was a random, bot error that just like, oh, they don't trust the fact that this guy has such organic growth like so fast. But then earlier this evening, again, as I was actually doing my the show with Adam Krigler, I also saw this to confirm what Andy is saying, and I'll show you guys Andy's tweet as well that Carrie just sent. So Emily said, thanks to everyone who tagged me about Corey Kraken the Box YouTube channel. I'm glad to see that YouTube liaison Renee Ritchie is looking into it, because he can figure out what happened and how to fix it. I know it's frustrating, but it's being looked at. And she posted a Facebook post where this guy, Renee Ritchie, is saying, hi, I work at YouTube as a creator liaison. It's my job to advocate for creators inside YouTube. I joined the group as a couple of days ago to see how I could help. Thanks so much for the heads up about the channel status. We're looking into it with urgency. So there was that. And then there's the one that you just sent me, which is Andy's update. And Andy said, update, we're in talks with Corey's folks. We know the issue. It's not a mass flagging by Amber Heard stan. So I guess that's my theory out the door. It's a stupid error. We are just waiting for Team YouTube rep to email the family's account to help correct. Keep retweeting until it's sorted. It's wrong, but let's not start a war. Well, I don't think anyone who wanted to start a war. I think everybody was just very concerned and wanted his account back because it seemed very unfair. And I'm like, I was just very upset at YouTube. Like it's just, and it seems like something they would do, like it's not like they've never done it before. Like we're all like, oh, okay, it's interesting that Johnny Depp is involved. A lot of the similar players are involved here, and then all of a sudden the account is gone. So I don't know.
That's the world we live in. Is nobody gives YouTube the benefit of the doubt anymore, and for good reason. And that's their fault. So
I mean, Gary says that all the time too, Carrie. Like you shouldn't give these Hollywood fuckers the benefit of the doubt, and you shouldn't give YouTube the benefit of the doubt. Why should I give YouTube the benefit of the doubt? I mean, it's not like they don't fuck everybody over all the time. Either way, this kid got basically devastated today because of this stupid error. And even if it is a stupid error, that just shows to me, like, YouTube, get your shit together because this is terrible. Like, I mean, this kid, he's like on his last legs. He's gonna pass away soon. He had only one wish. We make it happen, which is incredible. Like the amount of support this kid had was incredible. And the fact that we as a community on YouTube and on Twitter made this happen is incredible. And then you come up and like your stupid algorithm is so dumb that it would do this. Like, I mean, come on. And even if it was just a tiny bit of an error, Carrie, wouldn't it be like, okay, click of a button, done? Like, how long are we waiting? It's been hours. Like, it's really not that difficult to like go in and unban a dude's account. Like, I'm sure they can do it really fast.
However, on the bright side, looking on the bright side, if this kid's make-a-wish was to become a real YouTuber, well, he did it because he built a following, he got monetized, he hit 200K, he got demonetized, and then he got canceled. And that is the cycle of a real YouTuber.
It's literally like every YouTuber's life. Welcome to the YouTuber's life there. Corey, now you know how we all feel, especially successful YouTubers that lose everything and their entire livelihood. You're absolutely right, Carrie. I couldn't have said it better myself.
If he was my kid, I would make him laugh by saying that. I'd be like, wear it like a badge of honor. You've now been canceled. You're a real YouTuber now.
Yep. You are legit a YouTuber. Like that is exactly, that is so true, Carrie. I love it. Fantastic. Jay Schwalbach, thank you so much for the $49.26. Love you guys. Sign up for locals. I'm not getting notification. Plus, I don't like giving money to Mama Susan. Ask Jeremy Geeks and Gamers on how to sign up. Merry freaking Christmas. Hail FNT. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, dude, I can't sign up for locals right now. That's another thing for me to keep track of, but maybe in the new year at some point. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're right, though. Like, F Mama Susan and all that YouTube BS. But I really appreciate you, though. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat. My God, it's Christmas soon. Pirate Queen for $4.99 says, what the hell happened today between Kraken and Cavill? I just shake my head. I know. There's just so much. It's crazy. And then we had La Vistra. Thank you again for another $5. Says Rumble said they should fast track one for the kid that day if he opens an account with them in reply to Nick. Yes, I saw that actually, and I retweeted it out because I thought it was a cool idea. But I think like he's little, I don't think he understands what Rumble is. So I think he's just, I really wanted a YouTube thing, and I think he was probably really sad. Like for them to be like trying to explain to him, like, hey, let's go set up a Rumble. He'd be like, what? Like, what's that? It's just like, I don't think he understands alt tech right now. Like YouTube is the thing. So, and you know what? At the end of the day, he's gonna meet Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. I think it's gonna be just fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that like looking at Andy's tweet right now, it seems like they really are going to look into it, and I hope that by Friday, by infinite hope, I hope the account is restored so that my segment of it on Infinite Hope, because I'm still going to cover this story, because I still think it's incredible that everybody came together to get this kid to 100K within like a day. I think it's an incredible feat for people to do this. And if he gets restored, if he gets resurrected on YouTube, that'll be like a really feel good story as well, that everyone came together to get a corrector. I hate this part of his tweet. Let's not start a war. Like, what does that mean? Andy,
Like a
stop being
scoldy.
spicy.
Yeah. Scoldy.
Andy, we're all just looking out for the kid, Andy. We're not trying to start a war. But there you go. So there you go. That was the update. I was so livid when I was on Adam Krigler's channel.
And that happened.
And that happened. Well, I went on his channel to tell him about it. Like, I was in the chat and I was like, dude, Adam, that kid got banned. And he was like, what? And he just like sent me the link and we just started talking. And then, like, you know, near the end of the show, I was like, I'm devastated. And he was like, why? Because Henry Cavill is not Superman anymore. It was like this whole fucking thing. Like, it's been all night. It's just like bad news. I'm like, why?
You look adorable though in your Superman shirt and your Christmas hat. Very festive. I love your lights.
Oh, thank you, Carrie. Carrie, you should come hang out with me on Friday for Infinite Hope. Maybe it'll be good.
I'm supposed to do after my live show.
Oh no,
Friday, I'm doing Friday Night Tights.
Yeah, never mind.
But I would love to come back another Friday because your show makes me happy.
Yes. Okay. Come back soon.
So
we're gonna have to make that happen very soon. But yeah, so you guys, Andy's right though, in a sense that, like, please, everybody go on here because Team YouTube is tagged on Andy's tweet. I've just retweeted it. So if you guys go on my Twitter at Nina7Infinity, you'll be able to find it. And you can retweet that out. Or I can also just put this in the chat right now. Retweet this. We want to keep that alive. Like, that was like, you want to don't take your foot off the gas when it comes to YouTube and Twitter. You don't want to take your foot off the gas. You want to just keep telling them over and over and over. You want to annoy the shit out of these people. So just keep retweeting, keep sharing, keep talking about it. Don't stop talking about it. Yes, she's going to go on FNT. It's going to be amazing.
This Friday. Woohoo.
Ooh, Friday Night Tights. So you told me actually that you rewatched Avatar.
Yeah, and actually my Wednesday night show on my channel on Deprogrammed is a pop culture show, and we talked about Avatar tonight, but we talked about it in the context of movies and TV shows that do environmentalism propaganda.
Oh, okay.
So we also covered oh gosh, what is it? Captain Planet, that old
animated I remember
show.
Captain Planet. Yeah.
And yeah, but I rewatched Avatar because Friday Night Tights we're supposed to be talking about the new one, so I wanted to refresh my memory.
I told Gary that because, like, you know how we were hanging out Monday, and I hang out with him on Tuesdays on the Real BBC. So I told him that that you were watching it and rewatching it, and he was so impressed and happy. He was like, see, this is why I love Carrie Smith. She does her homework. Even I'm not gonna go rewatch that shit. Like, she's gonna go rewatch. I can't believe it. Like, everybody was so impressed. Everybody was so impressed with you.
I have to tell him when I'm on the show, we had the biggest boomer moment. It took my husband and I over an hour, I'm not exaggerating, to even figure out how to stream the original Avatar.
Why?
Because we couldn't get on the Netflix, we reset, and then it wasn't on the Netflix, and then it was on the Amazon, and then but we were trying to subscribe to Disney Plus. We had all these notifications and codes and things back between our device, and then we were trying to cast it to the TV. It didn't work. Like
Oh my
we were
God.
such a boomer moment. We spent an hour just trying to get it, and then
That's so funny. Oh
and
my
then you have to
God.
sit through 3 hours of that movie. It's so terrible.
Oh my God. That's
Ugh.
hilarious though. Hold on.
But
There's something I retweeted that's not there anymore, but I saw that Gary made it. So let me just go back to his account. I retweeted him. It was about Avatar. I wanted to show you this because so I saw this headline that Gary tweeted out. Says Avatar 2 is finally here, and it's like being waterboarded with with turquoise cement. Wow. Like what a headline. Like I don't think I've ever seen a more vicious headline than this. Like
I love it.
holy shit.
Well, I have a lot to look forward to. We're gonna go see this one in the theater. My husband's coming with me. He's down for the torture as well.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go get waterboarded together. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
God. It says James Cameron's Decade in the Making, The Way of Water, has no plot, no stakes, and atrocious dialogue. What happened to this great director?
So-
I'll tell you what happened.
What?
Woke.
Yeah.
All of these weird, all of these directors and all of these.
Can I tell you? I must be a masochist. Yeah. We tonight on Pop Culture, my co-host Mystery Chris pulled up an article where James Cameron is talking about Avatar 2, and he said that it's more, he's bragging. He thought this was something cool to say. He said it's more feminist than any of the DC movies because, and he said this, you go look up the quote, Nina. He said, yeah, Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel? He's like, they're women and they're fighting, but are they fighting while they're 6 months pregnant? No. And he basically is bragging the whole interview about how he's got a female character in this movie who goes into battle while 6 months pregnant.
What? Oh my God, that's an article.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can we look at this for a second? Wait,
Yeah.
is he actually saying this?
Yes.
Like, is there a video of it?
I didn't see video of it, but
I would
was
love
laughing.
a video, but I mean, I'm laughing at these headlines. What the fuck? Are you serious right now? It's just so much fun. It's just so much more fun when they have the video of the dude saying it, and you're like, wow, I can make so much fun of you now. Okay, but yeah, this is what Carrie's talking about. James Cameron, Avatar 2 does female empowerment better than Marvel. Well, if you're really going to go all the way down the rabbit hole with female empowerment, let's have a female warrior who's 6 months pregnant in battle. Is this seriously going to be what Avatar is about? Look, okay, you know what? I take back everything I say about this movie because a couple weeks ago, I got into a little bit of a Twitter battle with Fatal J and Valiant Renegade and a whole bunch of other people because they were saying that this movie is not going to make money. And I said that it's absolutely going to make money. I thought it was going to break even and even probably make profit. Because I thought, well, it's James Cameron and people have nothing else to watch and they're gonna go. No matter how you gonna look at it, people are gonna go see this movie.
Yeah.
And then I see and then there's this and then the other headline, and I'm like, you know what? I think I take back everything I said. No, people are not gonna go watch this movie.
I agree. I mean, I think it might break even, but it's not gonna beat. He's out there bragging about how something we read, or maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was one of the journalists, was saying that it's going to prove that a sequel can beat the box office returns of the original. That's not going to happen because the reason the original was so big wasn't because of great writing. It was horribly written. It was because of the CGI was so cutting edge at the time. Yeah. And that's not the case anymore. Nobody's going to rush to see this because of the CGI.
Nope. Yeah, because I mean the 3D is kind of a one and done. That's kind of over. And you're right, and everybody's kind of like sick of graphics now too, especially because graphics are becoming like so shitty all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just tweeting out that I'm live with you right now, so I can't multitask. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Oh, that's fine. I'm trying to multitask too.
And you guys in the chat, thank you for being here. Please smash the like and share the stream. We're almost at 300 likes. Please smash the like. Thank you. But yeah, sorry. This I just don't think it's going to make money as much as I thought it was going to now, because one of the ways a movie makes a lot of money is usually with word of mouth. So like a bunch of people will go see it like initially, especially like hardcore moviegoers, like let's say people like Chris Gore, or people who actually have to do it for work, like Carrie going to watch it for Nerdrotics channel, or like Gary watching it. Like some people will go and watch it because it's work. You go do that. And some people will go watch it because they just love movies. Like everybody just like they will not miss a movie that comes to the movie theater. And then there's like, there's like the normal people that will go see it and just because. And then there's people who will see it based on people's reviews, based on their like YouTubers reviews, based on, critical reviews. They'll make up their mind like that. And if this movie is going to have really bad reviews, especially coming out from YouTubers and people like Gary, people like yourself, people like Chris Gore, if people like start like shitting on this movie, then I don't think a lot of people are going to go see it as much as they thought that they were going to, as much as I thought was going to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's happening. No, it's going to be in the theater for a while. But yeah, oof. This sounds bad. Okay, let's read some of this.
You know who's gonna go watch it? The Avatar tattoo guy. Do you remember that guy? He was on a bunch of lists of worst tattoos ever. His whole body is covered in Avatar tattoos.
No, what? What the frig?
That guy's gonna go watch it.
Obviously. Wait, Avatar tattoo guy?
Come on, it's like he has a full body suit.
No, this guy can't be real. Dude, these are bad tattoos.
I know. So
what?
This was at the beginning. It's now like fully covered. There, that's him now.
Hold on. Oh my god. Let's see this guy's full tattoo here. Oh my god. Can you imagine being this dedicated to an IP? I love how his nipples are like just like two suns. Like holy shit.
It just makes me laugh because I don't know. I like when people get really into something so much that they make poor tattoo choices. In my opinion, poor tattoo choices. But what's funny about it is that his choice of film is like, it's not even a great movie. It's like,
it's like I still say it's like Dances with Wolves in Space.
Yes.
Like I don't understand where you can go from there with Avatar 2. They're like Dance with Wolves in Space in water. Like what?
I just
why isn't anyone interested
Dances
in
with
this?
Wolves is actually good.
Yeah.
This is like the writing in Avatar is just very
not. Russell Hall, thank you for the $2. Says in other news, Violent Night is quite entertaining. I really want to watch that movie, but I haven't been able to find the time to go to the theater. But I've heard really good things. I've heard it's very entertaining. Have you heard of it or seen it?
I have not heard of it.
It's like a as the title says, it's supposedly very violent movie that's like a Christmas movie. It's kind of like Home Alone, but like adult version of Home Alone.
Violent
what
Night.
I've been told.
I get it. Okay, it took me a second.
Yeah. Violent night, holy night.
This guy.
Oh my god, hang on a minute. There's a full body photo of this guy. Oh no.
Yeah, he's got his legs. He made them look like the Avatar skin.
Oh my god. Hold on, I need to. Wow. Okay, this is like a before though, because we just kind of saw an after where like his whole body's covered. Look. Okay, this is before he covered his belly. But dude, his legs are blue. Wait, like he painted himself? Wait, he tattooed the blue on his body?
So I've seen pictures of his tattoos on the legs where there's no blue. There's just the black stripes. The black stripes are definitely tattooed on. I'm not sure about the blue. I don't know if he tattooed it later or if he just paints it over the top. I think he probably tattooed it later.
Oh my god. I just can't imagine this being like full on tattoo. Like this looks like body paint. But then again, maybe it is tattoo. This is fucked up.
I told my co-host tonight I really want to bring him on the show. He has a like
wow.
Not to make fun of him. It makes me
laugh.
You
have to make fun of him.
I know, but I kind of just want to find out like why.
I know.
Why? I want to ask him like why? What is it about the movie?
Like what? Like why?
Yeah, it's fascinating to me. You picked this movie. Like, why is it so impactful to you?
Oh my god. I mean, I've seen other tattoos like when like I knew this girl like IRL and she like had a few like giant tattoos on her thigh of like Majora's Mask from I don't know if you know what that is, but it's from Zelda, like the Legend of Zelda,
Okay.
Majora's Mask. Like, so she had that, and she had like a bunch of Zelda characters just like all over her leg because she was like a huge Zelda fan, and she had like tattoos like all over her like back and arm of all like the different Zelda characters. Yeah, would think that she had Link on there, but she actually didn't have Link on there. She had like the Majora's Mask, and she had what's it called? She had that other thing. I forget what it was called.
But she was super into Zelda.
Yeah, it was like all Zelda characters, but like not Link himself, which was really weird. But it was like weird to me because I was like, how can you love something so much as to like paint yourself in the character, like your whole body? That's crazy.
Yeah. So I knew someone in real life as well who had her whole body was Nightmare Before Christmas. That was her thing.
Oh my god.
Like full sleeves, like back, the legs, except I may have told you about this before because it was so weird to me. Except on her inner thighs, she had huge portraits of her grandparents, which I thought was such a weird place. It was
on
the only
inner thigh.
Yes, that was the only space left big enough for the portraits, but it's like such a weird place to put your grandparents. I'm like, just why? And then the rest of her body was Nightmare.
That is not somewhere you want to put your grandparents. Like, oh no. Like,
no.
When you're having sexy time, you don't want your man to be looking at your grandparents. Like that is just weird. Okay. That is just weird. You guys are saying all the names. No, it's the freak. Oh my god, I forget its name. It was one of the characters from. Oh my god, I'm blanking on this Zelda game now. The one where he turns into a wolf. Mida. I think that's what it's called. Like Mida. That freaking character. That one. You guys know what I'm talking about. Russell Hall for $2 says, "What about the beef? Is it also blue and stripy?" Ew! I don't want to know, Russell. God, you're so gay for wanting to know that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Russell. But still, like seriously though, dude. Wait, now I have to play this. Where is it? The moment has passed.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
They started claiming me on that song. So I cut it off faster now. Okay, so going back to what James Cameron was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's always talking about female empowerment, Cameron said. But what is such a big part of a woman's life that we as men don't experience? And I thought, well, if you're really going to go all the way down the rabbit hole of female empowerment, let's have a female warrior who's 6 months pregnant in battle. Okay, first of all, James, you need to do better because men can apparently get pregnant in 2022. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, that is just like woke 101. You should know that by now, James Cameron. Seriously though, that's not true. I'm just saying. Okay, what else did he say? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in our society. Sorry, what was that?
This part's very funny.
It doesn't happen in our society. Probably hasn't happened for hundreds of years, but I guarantee you, back in the day, women had to fight for survival and protect their children, and it didn't matter if they were pregnant. Oh my God. And Cameron said, and pregnant women are more capable of being a lot more athletic than we as a culture acknowledge. I thought, let's take the real boundaries off. To me, it was like a last bastion that you don't see. Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, all those other amazing women come up, but they're not moms and they're not pregnant while they're fighting evil.
Isn't that hilarious?
Dude, okay, seriously, I think James Cameron has like some sort of weird fetishes. Like
for pregnant warriors, maybe?
Well, for like, okay, in the first one, I was like, this dude is clearly a furry because he's like, he does this really weird thing with the animal mating situation where like the humanoid creatures are mating with the animal-like creatures by like connecting their hairs to it and like I don't know. I found that whole thing really weird and I was like, this dude clearly has some sort of weird fetish. Like it was like a fetish thing that he had put in that movie. It felt icky to me. And now reading this seems like also another fetish. Like it feels like some sort of icky fetish that he's like, oh, I want to see like a pregnant women like fighting and have this fetish about pregnant women they're so powerful. It's like he's so gross. Like you're so weird, James Cameron. I don't know.
Also, he's like the fact that he says, you know, we don't really see this in our society, you know, 6 months pregnant and in the middle of battle. Yeah, we don't, because biology demands that when you're 6 months pregnant, you kind of take it easy. It doesn't mean you can't be in shape, but you know, there's a reason why we've never sent 6 months pregnant women into the battlefield with a
yeah, why would you that's weird. And even in like old school you know, like I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but even like old school tribes and stuff like that, like no pregnant women would go out and fucking hunt and shit, like and like fight in wars. Like pregnant women like were very revered. Women in general were revered in like tribes, like Indian tribes and stuff like that, because they're the bringer of life and they were protected and they were revered because women give birth. They're known to give birth. They're valued for that. They weren't like, oh yeah, like go fight the war. No, men go and fight the war. And there's a reason that men go and fight the war. And it's just like, what, like he's like perversing this whole thing. It's gross. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
Can I just ask, because I asked this on my show, but
Go ahead.
There's a lot more people watching here. If there are any legion of memers watching, could somebody please do a meme of Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel fighting evil while 6 months pregnant? I just really I would like to see that meme.
Okay, guys, get her done. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
We need memes of Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel 6 months prego
It's so stupid.
fighting evil.
It's
Oh
so
my God.
stupid. He's like, all these other amazing women come up, but they're not 6 months pregnant while they're fighting evil. What?
The Uber Geek, if you're out there listening, you have a job to do. I want to see this. ASAP. In the meantime, Carrie, have you been paying attention to any of these Twitter files that's been going on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I haven't read the new one. I was going to read it here tonight. That was the original plan before fucking Henry Cavill and this other Kraken situation. That was the original plan. I was going to read the files. I was going to maybe talk about the Blaze drama a little bit. Not going to talk about the Blaze drama tonight, guys. That's going to have to wait for another time. But we are going to go through the Twitter files because I'm curious. I want to know what was dropped. I was saving myself. I was saving my purity, my pure eyes for the stream tonight. So here we go. Bradley Burnett, though, for $10. Thank you so much. Says, okay, maybe at some point in human history, pregnant people who identify as female had to battle for their lives. But this is the 21st century. Seriously, Cameron? I know. It's like, he's weird, man. I'm telling you, like, some of these Hollywood directors and stuff, they only make stuff that they want to see their own weird fetishes into. This is what and they want to put their weird fetish into the movie and watch it. Like, this is what happened with me, Carrie, and that movie Blonde with Anna de Armas as Marilyn Monroe on Netflix.
Okay.
That movie is a fetish movie. That guy who made it wanted to see Anna de Armas as Marilyn Monroe doing all sorts of weird shit. Like, that movie was that. Like, they just want to see like their own weird fetishes done in movies. And I think it's disgusting and I think it's weird. And Hollywood is known for this kind of stuff. But it's just as you get older and you keep spotting the weirdness, you're just like, I'm so over all of these weirdos. Like, I mean, I had somewhat of a respect for James Cameron. And now it's starting to get like, it's starting to go, man. I'm like, you're just some weirdo like everybody else. Like, I don't know why everybody thinks like this guy has a vision. Like, it's like, what kind of vision is this? You're gross. Stop it. I don't know.
Well, he's also the other reason I don't think I like him very much anymore, aside from this weird pregnancy battle scene fetish, is that we read an article tonight about how back when Avatar came out in 2009, 2010, he did an interview back then saying that he purposefully created the movie to be environmental propaganda. He said, my goal was to lure people into the theaters with eye candy. That's his phrase, eye candy, and then hit them with this environmental activism message and send them out into the world to change the world. And I'm like, okay,
God.
So you're telling me your number one goal wasn't to entertain, which is obvious because the script wasn't great. Your number one goal was to make
the
propaganda.
message. Like that's literally his number one goal was the message. I'm seeing, like, I just checked Twitter just to see if there's any memes. I don't see any yet, but I'm seeing over and over, I'm done with superhero movies. I'm done with Superman. I'm done with superhero movies. Just everywhere. It's just it's so sad. I'm done with DC. I'm done with superhero movies. Everybody's saying that kind of stuff. Unbelievable. Okay. No memes yet, though. No memes yet, guys. Make sure you at me if you make a meme. Nina7 Infinity, guys. Bradley Burnett, thank you so much for another $10. Thank you. Carrie, wanting to see memes about Captain Marvel fighting evil while pregnant. Well, if you dig into the Marvel lore about Carol Danvers being pregnant, holy crap, it's effed up. Oh no. Really? I don't know about this lore. Wow. I feel like my nerd card's gonna be taken away from me now. That's like twice tonight. Geez, Keely Chow, keep it in your pants. I'm just joking, Keely. Okay, before we get to the Twitter files, Carrie, do you have the time or am I just keeping you here?
I would like to run
Okay.
within 10 to 15 minutes if possible because I want to eat something.
Yeah, go for it. Dude, you're totally fine. I'm just like,
Is that okay?
yeah, of course. Yeah, no. Staying here. Staying here for good, Carrie. It's over. You can't leave anymore. Okay.
My lovely fellow is making pasta for me tonight. Beef,
Oh.
I don't know how to say it. Bouillon, something like that. Some beef something.
Now I can't say it. Bolognese. Or
That
something.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I can't. I can't even say it anymore. Why? Like, what happened to me?
Bolognese? Is that
Yeah.
it?
I think so.
Bolognese.
I said it like the Spanish version. Okay. I just want to get your thoughts on this before I get into the Twitter files. Study suggesting unvaccinated should pay higher car insurance premiums draws outrage. Jason Rance wrote, exact kind of nonsense study that sets the stage for car insurance companies charging the unvaccinated for more coverage, because I saw this going around today earlier because it was a headline that said, like, if you're unvaccinated, your thing is going to go up. Now we got to be careful talking about this on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube. But I just thought it was really funny that this was even a thing, because a lot of the stuff is being kind of like, it's coming out about COVID. So I just find it really fascinating that these like insurance companies are trying to bank like off, like, not that everybody else haven't already, like all the vaccine companies, like everybody just wants to bank off everything. But this is just so ridiculous. So the article says a new study published this month in the American Journal of Medicine claimed those unvaccinated from COVID-19 virus were more likely to get in traffic accidents, drawing outrage on Twitter. The study authors suggest insurance companies should make changes to policies of unvaccinated individuals. The observed risk might also justify changes to driver insurance policies in the future, the Canadian research advised. Of course they're Canadian. Of course.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking retarded. Like, oh my God. The principal investigator for the study, Dr. Donald Redlemere, at the Sunnybrook Research Institute, claimed his research demonstrated traffic risks were 50% to 70% more frequent for adults who had not been vaccinated compared to those who had. On what grounds? Based on what? Like, huh? Are you talking about like somebody sneezing while, driving? Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead, Carrie.
No, it's just like you said, they're trying to cash in. What better way to do it than to discriminate against a class of people that our society currently has already told us it's okay to discriminate against? And if history is just in the future, we will look back on this time and say, how could we have done that? And all the people who supported it will be pretending like they weren't part of it. Like they weren't part of supporting discrimination against people,
Yeah.
I had not seen this. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. This is
so stupid.
It is infuriating.
This does not mean COVID-19 vaccination directly prevents traffic crashes. You don't fucking say. Instead, it suggests that adults who do not follow public health advice may also neglect the rules of the road. What? sometimes I read these things and then I just feel like that panda, like, the one that like just smashes. I don't know if you know that gift. Like, that's me right now. I need my squeezy toy. I feel very just what? Like, who is funding this guy to study this shit? Who's giving this guy money? He got a government grant.
Probably. Who is this guy? Donald Riddlemeyer.
What was his name? Yeah, Dr. Donald Riddlemeyer. Oh my God. Hang on.
I bet if you were to spend just
I
a
have
few
problems.
minutes looking him up, you'd find out, yeah, he got government funding.
Oh my God. What was that? Something fell on me and I got nervous. It was a sticker. This thing fell on me and I thought it was a bug and I was freaking out for a minute. So I was like,
I see.
I was fervently looking at my crotch trying to figure out what it was because I was like, what's touching me? Ah! And it was that thing. Okay. Should we Google this guy for a second just to say at least what he looks like?
Yeah. What does he look like?
Let's judge him for a minute. We judge everybody else. Why not this guy? Okay. Sunny Brookside Center. Okay, great. We found him already. Oh my God, he looks like a nerd.
Let me see.
Let's see. There he is. This is the dude.
This is the dude who's like, yeah, we should charge you more for everything that we can, including automobile insurance, if you have not been vaccinated.
Oh my God. He got his MD from the University of Toronto. No wonder. No.
Oh, look. Yes,
wonder.
he did get a huge grant from the Canadian Institutes of Health and Research.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They get money from they get money from Canadian government all the time. Where does it say that? I don't see it. Oh.
I just looked up his name and grants, and there's pulling up lots of different articles. Yeah, he was part of the team at Sunnybrook.
Yeah,
looks like
that's what he is. Yeah, the Sunnybrook. This is where I went to. It said here, Division of Sunnybrook Health and Science Center. These are the guys. These are the guys that are making policies. Yeah, he did have dead eyes. I thought so too. These are the guys who are just. These are the people who are running the world. People, just fucking bunch of fucking weirdos.
How about if you're unvaccinated, your tax dollars don't go towards his grant?
That would be nice. Hang on. Let me quickly go back to that article for a second because there's more info in there and I'm a little bit curious. The report went viral late Tuesday. Scientists waited on the controversial study. Here's a joke of a study claiming that unvaccinated are involved in more car accidents. There's a lot wrong with it. Dr. Claire Craig, a British diagnostic pathologist, wrote in the Twitter thread. She's like writing some facts here, I guess. The doctor argued the study's main problem is that it was morally misguided, but she also accused the researchers of misusing their data. Craig argued the study was flawed for a number of reasons, including lumping unvaccinated pedestrians injured in accidents. These claims are based on accidents which result in hospitalization. Each person injured is referred to in the paper as a crash, even when injured person was a pedestrian, she wrote. The fundamental flaw, she said, was that the studies relied on the government database of vaccinated individuals. She points out that you could still be in an accident and not going to the hospital and thus wouldn't have been included in the study. This study is dumb as fuck. I don't even need to know about how dumb it is. This is dumb. It's just so stupid. I'm done with that.
No.
It's just so ridiculous. Let me get these super chats, and then you're free to go. You're free to go now if you want.
Oh, I'll stay for the super chats.
Okay,
And then
Bird
I'll see
Up,
what
thank you for the $2. Says Avatar equals, hey, let's do Ferngully, but with aliens. That's
Yeah.
also true. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Except for Ferngully was actually good. Scarfy the Strange for $5 says Japanese encountered a lot of pregnant women in battle in World War II. Didn't turn out the way Cameron envisioned it, though. Oof. Yikes. Yikes at that one. Russell Hall for $2 says it's called spaghetti with meat sauce. Philistines. Great super chat, Russell Hall. That was good. That was good. Bradley Burnett, I'm still laughing at that. Bradley Burnett for $10 says, person who doesn't want to be forced to take untested medicine is clearly likely to ignore all government rules like stop signs and speed limits. To quote Mugatu, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. You know what? This is so funny because I'm a pure blood. Like I've not been vaccinated.
Same.
Well, I've been vaccinated. Okay, let me back up. I've been vaccinated. I just haven't taken the COVID-19 vaccine by choice because I don't feel like I should have. Anyways, now, having said that, I'm an extremely careful and good driver. Like I've never been into an accident. I don't drive in Mexico because I feel like it's too crazy for me here. But in Canada, like I was a really good driver and I drove for a living. So I drove a lot and I followed all the rules. I like following the rules when it comes to driving. I don't like chaos. That's why I don't drive in Mexico because it's too chaotic. But like I used to have the argument with my husband about whether wearing a seatbelt should be a law because like he used to not wear a seatbelt and it would drive me crazy. And I'd be like, put on your seatbelt. Like it saves your life. And he's like, it should be my choice if I want to wear it or not. And I was like, not in my car, it isn't, like it's my fucking choice and you're wearing your seatbelt. But like now I've kind of changed my mind about that because I feel like that should be a personal choice. I don't like, even though I think you should wear your seatbelt, it's good for you. I don't think the government should regulate it. I think that was wrong that the government regulated it because it should be up to the individual. But what do you think of that, Carrie? What do you think of the seatbelt debate? Like, do you think that it should be legal?
I agree. I don't think that's the government's business. I think they keep sticking their nose into places where they don't belong, and it shouldn't be up to them. I agree with you. I've come over to that way of thinking about a lot of things. It should be personal choice. However, I also agree with you that I think you'd be dumb not to wear one.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I wear one all the time. But now I'm starting to think that it was wrong for the government to have a say in it. But I mean, that's the thing. That's how I feel about like this is so stupid. Like what Bradley's saying, it's like, oh, just because I didn't follow like the government's retarded mandate of getting a vaccine doesn't mean I don't know how to fucking drive. Like, how does one equals the other? It doesn't. This is so stupid. This is what we've come to in this world. This is the studies that they're doing. Not like let's cure cancer. Let's figure out this.
Like someone in your chat just said, TZ Burton, it's like cigarette laws. I hate them, but I also hate smoking. Yes. I've also come around on that. And
Same here.
I think it's overreach. A bar or a restaurant should be able to decide, it's not public property. It's private property. It's their establishment. They should be able to set their own rules.
Yeah.
And if they set a rule you don't like, then you don't go there.
Then don't go there. Then don't patron the business. Yep. I agree with that. Jeff Adkins says, breaking news, woman claims to be a good driver. Chat chooses doubt. Hey, I don't think women are great drivers. I'm going to say that. I think I'm I'm a minority of good women drivers. I don't think all women are good drivers. I think that there is something to that. Now, and you can doubt me all you want. That is very fair. You have every right to doubt. Because I mean, there's no way I can prove it to you. But one of the things I know about myself, though, is like, know thyself. That's why I don't drive in Mexico, because I'm like, it's too crazy here. Like, there's no lanes. Like, I need some regulations.
Something.
Yeah.
The last accident I was in, I drove a 15 passenger van into one of those car washes that it was too small for the van, and I scraped the top of the van off like a sardine can.
Oh no.
It's pretty embarrassing. I will
Carrie
admit.
literally just made the worst case for women drivers everywhere. And on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Carrie,
having me.
joining
And
tonight.
I'm a great driver, by the way. That was not a driving accident. That was a car wash accident.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Carrie, tell everyone where they can find you before you leave.
You can find me at Deprogram with Carrie Smith here on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you very
There
much.
you go. And she's going to be on Friday Night Tights this week. Friday. Check it out on Nerdrotic channel. Carrie, it's so nice to see you again.
So nice to see you so much this week.
Enjoy your dinner, and we're gonna have to hang out again soon.
Yes.
So I'll be in touch.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Carrie Smith. She's amazing. She's a great human. She's a good human. She's amazing, and we love Carrie. I love Carrie Smith. Everybody follow Carrie. I'm going to put her channel right now in the chat. If you are not subscribed to Carrie Smith, you are missing out. She does a lot of great content on her channel. Let me see here. Carrie Smith, the program. Deprogram with Carrie Smith. That's what it's called. And I will update this to have her in the description as well. But here's Carrie's channel. So Carrie. Also follow her on Twitter. There you go. Okay. Now, it's been 2 hours, and I would usually call it, but I definitely still want to go over the Twitter files, and it's also in the title, so I feel like I have to. So here we go. We're going to read the Twitter files. So if you've already are familiar with those, obviously you don't have to stay, but this is my first time reading the Twitter files. Not all of it. We're doing the last part that was dropped. And I haven't read the new one because I was keeping it for tonight's reaction, and I didn't have time to go live earlier, so I figured I just wait and react to it with all of you. So here we go. In the meantime, please smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone that I'm still talking over here. Okay, first things first. Last thing from Carrie, because this was hilarious. I should have brought this up when she was here because I laughed so hard at this. She tweeted out, laughing at this, Elon Musk going, "My pronouns are prosecute/Fauci. This chick, Nina Turner, she says, pronouns aren't a joke." And this person comes back with, "Knock, knock." And this person's like, "Who's there? There, there." Who's there, there, there? This is a great exchange. What a good tweet. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Oh, this is fantastic tweet. Jeff, thank you so much for the $10. Says, a friend of mine was driving a LeBaron convertible. His suspension failed from a factory defect. He only lived because no seatbelt. He was thrown from the car and it landed upside down. Damn. Jeff, I've heard of stories like this before. I mean, there was definitely like, times where the seatbelt is actually to the detriment of the driver to have on. Like if you crash into the water, and like, it might save your initial impact, but like you might get trapped and you can't, free yourself. So there's definitely a case to be made about people who don't want to wear seatbelts. I just think that more often than not, they save lives rather than kill. So I usually go with the statistics of wearing it rather than not. But yeah, I have heard crazy stories like this. That does happen too. Thanks for the super chat. All right. Moving on to the... Oh, real quick, by the way, this was also really funny. Before we get into the Twitter files, I'm sure you're going to hear about this on Friday Night Tights. I'm sure you're going to hear about this everywhere. But the Rings of Power, the three directors will lead the Lord of the Rings of Power season 2, including those who previously worked on The Witcher, shit movie, or shit series, The Sandman, shit, and The Wheel of Time, utter shit. And guess what? They're all women. So Lord of the Rings of Power, saved by women. Just letting you guys know. Sorry, I had to cough. Still have a bit of a cold, but it's basically gone. I had to cough. Okay. So, here we go. Back to the other stuff. Sorry to be late. Was watching The Beanie Man. Who's that? Tim Pool? Is that who Beanie Man is? I think that is Tim Pool, right? I don't know why I'm like stuck on that for a second. I'm like, who's Beanie Man? Okay. Twitter. I closed out my tabs. I'm done. Okay, here we go. Twitter. Going back. What the hell? Black Adam is trending. Why? Did Black Adam get canceled too? Let's see. What's the date today? No. Black Adam spinoff starring Hawkman said to be in development from Dwayne Johnson and Stephen Buck's production. Okay, so they're going to make a Hawkman series. Okay, never mind. I can't get into this right now. This is so stupid. All right, going back to the Twitter files. Twitter files. Mm-hmm. There we go. I found it. Sorry, I had to cough again. Okay. Here we go. We got... All right. So Twitter was supposed to... It's by Michael Schalberger this time. I don't remember if this is part 5 or part 6. I labeled it as part 6, and this guy doesn't even say at this point. So whatever. Twitter was supposed to be a digital public square. Instead, it censored accurate information and banned an elected head of state, Trump, even though Twitter's own employees said he didn't broke the rules. He hadn't broken the rules. Why is that? And what should be done about it? Oh my God, my voice. I'm losing my voice. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Here we go. Ugh. Jack Dorsey looks so effing weird in this photo when he had like that long beard. All right. So internal Twitter discussions made available by Matt Taibbi and Barry Wise and me show that Twitter employees created a secret blacklist that prevented tweets they disagreed with from trending and limited the visibility of particular users. That was stated by Barry Wise. I've already gone over that. Twitter's most controversial action by far was to permanently suspend President Donald Trump from its platform on January 8th, 2021, which upset many liberal and left wing leaders around the world, not just Trump supporters in the United States. And he's quote tweeting Barry Wise here that wrote about Emmanuel Macron and German Prime Minister Angela Merkel and Mexico's President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador being pissed off. I remember that living in Mexico. I remember he made a comment about it because it was a pretty big deal. Hang on a second. Let's zoom in. And now we have discovered that the Twitter employees who investigated the matter concluded on the morning of January 8th that Trump's tweets had not incited violence, not even in a coded way. So he quote tweets her again. Not only did Twitter decide to ban Trump despite the conclusions from employees that they had not broken Twitter rules, it also decided to keep on its platform other heads of state and political leaders who Twitter employees concluded had incited violence. He's citing these again. I'm not sure why this is happening right now. I'm hoping this is leading to something because he's literally repeating Barry Wise's Twitter thread. So I'm not really sure. This is like literally nothing new from the last one we read. So I guess this is just a recap for now. What changed? The pressure both sides and outside of Twitter simply grew too great to resist. At the time, it felt like all of the polite society was demanding Trump's ban, including former First Lady Michelle Obama, influential tech journalist Kara Swisher, ADL, and many others. Why the double standard for Trump compared to other political leaders, including Khamenei? I think a big part of the reason is simply local. Twitter employees are mostly American and mostly based in the United States, and thus far more invested in politics here than in other nations. Yesterday, in response to the Twitter Files controversy, Jack Dorsey wrote, moderation is best implemented by algorithmic choice. I don't believe a centralized system can do content moderation globally. Here is okay. This is all right. Hang on. Let's go to this thing that he's tweeted out. Let me also just check here, make sure everybody's good. Okay, we're good. All right. So we're getting into some stuff that Jack has said here. Okay, so Jack says there's a lot of conversation around Twitter Files. Here's my take. Here's my take and thoughts on how to fix the issues identified. I'll start with the principles. I've come to believe, based on everything I've learned and experienced through my past actions as a Twitter co-founder and lead. 1, social media must be resilient to corporate and government control. 2, only the original author may remove content they produce. And 3, moderation is best implemented by algorithmic choice. Okay, let me pause right here. This is Jack Dorsey coming in after all of this info being released by all of these people and Elon Musk, this is the first time we're hearing from Jack, like, about the situation involved, that he's involved in. That this was his company. This was under his watch. Although, was it actually under his watch, or was it under the other guy's watch, or was he involved too? I don't know at the time. I think he was still there at the time. But either way, this is unbelievable that this would be his like first thing that he would say. Here's my take. How about take some fucking responsibility for basically ruining Twitter? Like, I mean, whether you knew what was going on or whether you were a complete idiot, stoner, retard that like basically just phoned it in and just hired a bunch of SJWs to run your fucking company for you, you failed as like in total, in every possible way that there could ever be a failure. It is you, sir. You are a failure at your job. You completely failed. How about you take some fucking responsibility for that? How about coming in and saying, oh, I'm really fucking sorry that, that Twitter's revealing to be such a piece of shit company under my watch. The Twitter when I led it and the Twitter of today do not meet any of these principles. This is my fault alone. Oh, okay, here we go. Some responsibility. As I completely gave up pushing for them when an activist entered our stock in 2020. I no longer had hope of achieving any of it as public company with no defense mechanisms, lack of dual class shares being a key one. I planned my exit at the moment knowing I was no longer right for the company. The biggest mistake I made was continuing to invest in building tools for us to manage the public conversation versus building tools for the people using Twitter to easily manage it for themselves. They burdened the company with too much power and opened us to significant outside pressure, such as advertising budgets. I generally think companies have become far too powerful, and that became completely clear to me with our suspension of Trump's account. As I've said before, we did the right thing for the public company business at the time, but the wrong thing for the internet and society, and much more about this here. Wow. All right. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cheshire Cat for $5 says, you're super cute and I love the channel. Please don't ban me for saying that. Why would I ever ban you for complimenting me? I am here to be easy on the eyes for you. So thank you. And I will take all the compliments. I appreciate compliments very much. Why would I ban you? Russell Hall, however, it's a different story. For $2, thank you. Says the first and second are bait and switch. Hashtag trust the algorithm. I know, right? Social media must be resilient to corporate and government control. Only the original author may remove content they produce. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Jack Dorsey writes in a tweet, I do not celebrate the feel of pride in our having to ban Donald Trump from Twitter or how we got here. After a clear warning, we take this action. We made a decision with the best information we had based on these threats to physical safety both on and off Twitter. Was this correct? No, it wasn't, Jack. I'm afraid not. I continue to believe there was no ill intent or hidden agendas, and everyone acted according to the best information we had at the time. But bullshit! Bullshit. How could you say this? How could you say this after there's been literal stuff coming out of them actually making shit up and also like literally looking for stuff and then confirming with each other that it didn't break the rules, and then them going and fucking breaking the rules themselves, and just like, them rewriting the rules to fit their own narratives so that they can fucking ban the dude. Like, I mean, come on. Cheshire Cat, thank you so much for the $10. All the love. Aw, Merry Christmas, buddy. Merry Christmas. Why are you such a sad clown? You gotta be happy, clown. It's Christmas. Happy clown. But thank you. Thank you for that. Right? Bullshit. Bullshit. Of course, mistakes were made. You think? But if we had focused more on tools for the people using services rather than tools for us, and moved much faster towards absolute transparency, we probably wouldn't be in the situation of needing to fresh reset, which I am supportive of. Again, I own all of this and our actions, and all I can do is work to make it right. No, you don't. You don't own anything. You were wrong. You were wrong about banning Donald Trump. You were wrong about banning a lot of other people. You were wrong in who you hired and put in charge of Twitter safety and all that stuff. That Yo Roth guy, like, he should have never had a fucking job. The JJ chick, no. And there's no way that you could make any of this right after the fact, after the Twitter files have been dropped. You know what would have been different? If maybe you had come out and dropped all of these things. If you really are so innocent, Jack, maybe if you had come out and said, hey, we did this. We fucked up. We did this. We fucked up. I'm owning it. This is what happened. I'm sorry it happened, but this is what happened. No, you didn't. You didn't do anything. Now, after the fact, you're coming out and saying this shit because everyone knows you're full of shit. Back to the principles. Of course, the government wants to shape and control the public conversation and will use every method at their disposal to do so, including the media, and the power a corporation wields to do the same is only growing. It's critical that the people have tools to resist this, and that those tools are ultimately owned by the people. Allowing a government for a few corporations to use the public conversation is a path towards centralized control. I'm a strong believer that any content produced by someone for the internet should be permanent until the original author chooses to delete it. It should be always available and addressable. Content takedowns and suspensions should not be possible. Doing so complicates important context, learning, and enforcement of illegal activity. There are significant issues with this stance, of course, but starting with this principle will allow for far better solutions than we have today. The internet is trending towards a world where storage is free and infinite, which places all the actual values on how to discover and see the content, see content, which brings me to the last principle, moderation. I don't believe a centralized system can do content moderation globally. It can only be done through ranking and relevance algorithms, and more localized. The more localized, the better. But instead of a company or government building and controlling these solely, people should be able to build and choose from algorithms that best match their criteria, or not have to use any at all. A follow action should always deliver every bit of content from the corresponding account, and the algorithms should be able to comb through everything else through a relevant lens that an individual determines. There's a default G-rated algorithm, and then there is everything else one can imagine. The only way I know of truly live up to these three principles is a free and open protocol for social media that is not owned by a single company or group of companies, and is resilient to corporate and government influence. The problem today is that we have companies who own both the protocol and the discovery of content, which ultimately puts one person in charge of what's available and seen or not. This, by definition, is a single point of failure. No matter how great the person, and over time will fracture the public conversation and may lead to more control by governments and corporations around the world. I believe many companies can build a phenomenal business off an open protocol. For proof, look at both web and email. The biggest problem with these models, however, is that the discovery mechanisms were far too proprietary and fixed instead of open, open or extendable. Companies can build many profitable services that complement rather than lock down how we access this massive collection of conversation. There is no need to own or host it themselves. Many of you won't trust this solution. Yeah, I don't trust anything that you're saying. Just because it's me stating it, he is right. I don't trust a word that he is saying. I'm like, huh? Like, where were you? Where was all of this when Twitter was under your control? Like, oh, you seem to have such an altruistic point of view now. All of a sudden, yeah, right? Like, would that be so hard? I'm sorry, guys. I became a government stooge shill, and I lied to everybody, including to Congress. Like, what are you talking about? I get it, but that's exactly the point. Trusting any one individual, but this comes with compromise. Not to mention being way too heavy of a burden for an individual. It has to be something akin to what Bitcoin has shown to be possible. If you want proof of this, get out of these U.S. European bubble of the Bitcoin price fluctuations and learn how real people are using it for censorship resistance in Africa and Central South America. This is true. This is true. And when I first came to Mexico, the Bitcoin had a big push here too. They are using it a lot in these kind of countries. I do still wish for Twitter and every company to become uncomfortably transparent in all their actions. And I wish I forced more of that years ago. You do? I'm sure. After the fact, hindsight. I do believe absolute transparency builds trust. As for the files, I wish they were released WikiLeaks style with many more eyes and interpretations to consider. And along with that, commitments of transparency for present and future actions. I kind of wish that too, to be completely honest. Like I wanted it to be like WikiLeaks style. I'm hoping all of this will happen. There's nothing to hide, only a lot to learn from. The current attacks of my former colleagues could be dangerous and doesn't solve anything. If you want to blame, direct it at me and my actions or lack thereof. I am directing it at you, Jack. In fact, I'm one of the only people who's been like consistently calling Jack Dorsey out. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are giving him a pass. He wasn't really in charge. He was in charge more of the coding. He wasn't really around. There's like all these excuses people come up with something to do with Jack Dorsey. I don't think he really knew what's going on. I mean, it's like, no. He was in charge. Like everything that went down was under his watch. It's been corrupt. It's been corrupt forever on both sides. As far as the free and open social media protocols goes, there are many competing projects. Like at Blue Sky is one with the AT protocol. Mastodon, another. Mastodon is a joke. Where that the leftists have ran to now to run away from Twitter, and it's barely anything. No one had ever heard of Mastodon until this entire thing happened. I've never heard of this Blue Sky either. Matrix is yet another, never heard of it. And there will be many more. One will have a chance to become a HTTP or SMTP. This isn't about a decentralized Twitter. This is a focused and urgent push for a foundational core technology stand to make social media a native part of the internet. I believe this is critical both to Twitter's future and the public conversation's ability to truly serve the people, which helps hold governments and corporations accountable and hopefully make it all a lot more fun and informative again. To accelerate open internet and protocol work, I'm going to open a new category of start small grants, open internet development. It will start to focus on giving cash to equity grants to engineering teams working on social media and private communication protocols, Bitcoin, and web-only mobile OS. I'll make some grants next week, starting with $1 a year. To signal, please let me know other great candidates for this money. That's interesting. That's an interesting turn of events from Jack. That's a very interesting response. Seems like he wants to compete with Twitter, which is funny. I don't know what to think of this guy. I mean, in a lot of ways, like I like giving people second chances, and I like it when people own their mistakes and like they learn from their mistakes and they move on and they do something better. But I don't know if I could think about that about Jack. I feel like Jack is like, I don't know, man. When your hands are this dirty, like it's like, how many chances do you need to be given? I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's a problem. And I don't know. I don't know what that problem is. But going back to that thread, because we got sidetracked with this guy dropping this thing from Jack Dorsey. So again, just to refresh my memory, yesterday in response to the Twitter files controversy, Jack Dorsey wrote this thing. I don't believe centralized blah blah blah. Okay. Dorsey is reputing his original version of Twitter as a single global digital public square for a far more fragmented information system. I believe many companies can build phenomenal business off an open protocol. He wrote, for proof, look at both the web and email. I love the web and email, but neither. Okay, we've already read this. The alternative to Dorsey's vision will be to regulate Twitter and Facebook like we do other natural monopolies, such as electric utilities, water companies, and railroads. People who are censored or suspended from social media utilities could appeal to the censorship through some sort of special court system. The main argument for such an approach is that democracies require a town square so people can debate ideas across ideological lines. Following that argument, it is the role of the federal government to prevent the operations of public squares from denying people the right to speak. The argument against it is that the remedy could be worse than the poison. Government would quickly find themselves facing the same problem as Twitter in deciding who should be allowed to speak and who shouldn't. In retrospect, Dorsey's vision of a single digital town square was hopelessly naive. This is true. That's what I was saying. Like, what kind of altruistic world is this guy living in? Because that is not the world that we live in. That is not 2022. Every website has to make decisions about content moderation, if only to enforce laws, including the ones upheld by the United States Supreme Court in Virginia versus Black 2003 against issuing threats of violence against a particular individual or group of individuals. The question is who should make those decisions and how. And then he put this article, Twitter broke its own rules to ban Donald Trump while keeping world leaders and all that. Okay, so the drop wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It's only like basically Jack Dorsey's take on this. So it's not quite a drop. I don't know if I would call it a drop. I did see this other thing earlier from Elon. Okay, hang on. Let me go back because I did see this other thing because I think he banned someone else earlier and then he justified it by saying that he banned them because of something. Hold on, let me see. I just saw the thread and I was like, wait, what? Okay, so this is what happened earlier with Elon. This guy, Jim Hall, says what Jack was sharing at Elon Jet on his own at made it 1,000 times easier for not jobs to know ahead of time what airport or city Elon Musk and his family would be at. Video is an example of paparazzi stalkers fans waiting for him at the airport. Good riddance. Huh? Oh, okay. About this Jack Sweeney guy, creator of Elon Jet account suspended. Okay, what is this?
Made a line, please. 20. It's for Christmas. It's for Christmas. We will watch holidays.
I'm not doing any more signings ever again.
After tonight.
No. Sorry.
Elon, where the Republicans gonna?
Wait, what?
We made a line. We'll watch
To
holidays.
be clear, I'm not doing any more signings ever again.
After tonight.
No. Sorry.
Elon, where the?
I'm not doing any more signings ever again after tonight. Oh my God, what happened? So this guy says the more the hate's being drummed up online against Elon grows, the larger the threat to Elon and his family grows. Imagine all the crazies at the extreme of both political sides targeting you nonstop. Not to mention all the people whose industrial and jobs were being disrupted by Tesla. Now imagine instead of Elon being tracked, it was your daughter, your son, your sister, and your mom on the way to school, work on their way to visit family. Would that make a difference to you? Of course not, because you are just trolls. That would make a difference to me. What the fuck? Like, nobody should be harassing anybody. So then Elon Musk responded saying real-time posting of someone else's location violates doxing policy, but delayed posting of locations are okay. And then he posted this thing. Okay, so somebody tried to dox where he was? That's what I'm getting from this. Somebody tried to say where he was going, and then so like they tried to dox him. And then he canceled he deleted their account based on the rule of doxing people. Elon uses FFA piracy programs, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if this is related. I don't know the full story of this. Do you guys know the full story? I don't know exactly what's going on. Let me see. Let me also keep up with the chat here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, no. Seems to be good. Yeah, no shit. That's crazy that they tried to do that. Let me see here. Did I miss any other? Hang on one moment, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, let me check one more thing because I was gonna check Elon's account. See if he said anything specific. I don't think that thing was the. Yeah, this wasn't part 5. Or I mean, this wasn't part 6. That was just a thread that guy had made. So I have to go and change my title because this was not a thread thing. Let me do that right now before I forget, because I'm gonna forget all of this. And then people are gonna like leave me comments like, what are you talking about? It wasn't part 6. You're a liar. Let's see. I just want to edit this. Can I just edit this? Okay, here we go. Twitter, I don't know. I'll just say Twitter stuff. No. Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey responds. Right? That's good. Responds. Okay, there we go. Jack Dorsey responds. Let me make sure I'm spelling Jack Dorsey's name right. And I wasn't, because it's got a freaking E in it. And I didn't put the E. Jack Dorsey responds. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. I'm done that. Okay. Now. Yeah, because when I go to Elon Musk's Twitter, TC Burton, thank you for the $2. Is as back on Twitter yet? His manager's still on there, not his old account. Let me go back to Elon's Twitter for a second. Okay, yeah, because he's got part 5 here. Okay, here we go. This is the drama. I think this is the drama. Last night, car carrying Lil X in LA was followed by a crazy stalker thinking it was me, who later blocked car from moving and climbed onto hood. Legal action is being taken. Sweeney and organizations who supported harm to my family. Holy shit. That's what that was about. Anyone recognize this person or car?
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha.
What's your name? No.
Yeah,
What's
for
your
sure.
name?
Gotcha.
What's your name?
What the fuck? Okay, so okay, this was the second to this. Sorry, I fucked up on the any account doxing real time locations info of anyone will be suspended as it is a physical safety violation. This includes posting links to sites with real time location. Oh, we already read this. Posting locations someone travel to a slightly delayed basis isn't. Yeah, we already read this. Okay, so damn. Yikes, yo. They're trying to take this guy out now. Nuts. He's got to be careful. He's got to be really careful. Lord Nemesis is coming clean. It was me. I was the stalker. I hope that you were wearing that when you stalked Elon Musk, because that would be amazing. All right. I think I'm going to call it, you guys. It's been almost 3 hours. And we covered basically everything I wanted to cover. So, that's it. That's the show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Special thank you to Carrie Smith for coming in clutch and coming to hang out with me for as long as she did. I love Carrie, so definitely check out her channel. Once again, it's a Carrie Smith. I'm going to put it in the description as well. But just so you guys that are here now, if you're not subbed to Carrie Smith, you are missing out. She's got great content. She does amazing interviews. And make sure you are subbed to Carrie Smith. She's just a wonderful person. And yes, she's a good human. If there ever was a good human, it's Carrie Smith. Awesome one. What's going on, man? Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, awesome one. And to everyone in the chat. I'm so excited for Christmas, except I haven't finished my Christmas shopping yet. I have to buy a couple more things for some peeps. But other than that, that's what's going to be happening. Yeah, this is a great point too, by the way. He didn't apologize for that. That's for sure. But yeah, you guys are amazing in the chat. Thank you so much to everybody. Am I heading to Nick's channel? Maybe in a bit to like listen. Why? Is something going on that I should be aware of? Is it fun stuff? What's happening? What's happening on Nick's channel? If I go there, I'll probably be in the locals chat saying hello. If not, I'll see him another time. Yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Grumpy, and all the mods in the chat. Ancient One, you guys are amazing. So if you super chatted, extra thank you. If you became a member, all that good stuff, extra thank you. And I am so looking forward to this Friday because I could really use some good news. And I really hope that the stuff with the Kraken, the Kraken account, I forget his name already. Corey, with Corey's account gets sorted out by Friday. So please, everybody, make sure you're retweeting everything to do with Corey's account. Try to keep the foot on the gas. You don't want to stop. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be on top of it. So you can just retweet me or make your own tweets. That's even better. Keep getting their attention so that we can get his account back. His Friday stream was canceled. Yes, I know that. Nick was covering a January 6th defendant. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll go and watch it. Diana, thank you so much. Love you too. Thank you. So, thank you so much, Michelle. You're so sweet. Oh, I love your new profile pic. It's great. I love it. Okay. You guys are amazing. Have a great night, and I'll see you probably Friday. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.